Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I want to use Outlook 365 in order to create calendar events. Okay, so I've already got a calendar set up, but I'm going to start from scratch here. So over on the left side, I'm going to go ahead and click Add a Calendar, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a blank calendar. And I'll just go ahead and call this my working calendar, and I'll just choose a default blue color with no charm or icon, and I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now I can close this menu, and I can see that my default calendar is still active, so I will untick that, and now I just have my working calendar. So there we go. I'm recording this on December 30th, which is there, but I'm going to go ahead and pretend that it is the week of January 4th. Now, creating events in the Outlook 365 web-based calendar really isn't terribly different than creating events in any other calendar, so we'll just look at a few key things that'll make your life a little bit more efficient. Okay, so I can simply click on a time for the first one. Let's say I want to go ahead and put in a morning routine for every day of the week, and that's going to start for me I think around 6:30. Our first alarm goes off around 6:15 or so, and this is going to be just my morning prep. So I can put in the title of the event, obviously no big deal, and for me that's going to go from about 6:30 to 7:30, which includes reading the news, coffee, doing a basic email check and stuff like that. So that's going to start on January 4th, but I want a few more options. I don't care about location or adding a description. So let me head over to more options, and I don't need attendees, and I can see the time is on there. That's good, but repeat. I do want to adjust the repetition or the recurring state of this, and I want this one to repeat. I'll go ahead and do it every day. Notice I'm going to repeat every day, and all of my days are selected. I start my calendar on Monday instead of Sunday, so that could be a little bit different for you. And I can say, how long do I want this to go on? By default, it's dropping around April 4th of 2021. That's probably okay, but I will go ahead and change that to June 27th. All right, I'm going to click Save. Now, the default reminder for me is 15 minutes, but I don't need a reminder for this event because I'm usually sleeping before this event occurs, so I'm just going to say never. I don't need a reminder for this. Now, let me jump over to Categorize, which is where we can start to color code and categorize these events. I'm going to click on this, and there are some generic categories that they've set up that are color-coded, but I want to create a new category. And this is going to be kind of a generic activity, so it doesn't need something specific, but I might want to use it again for other kind of just general prep or shutdown activities. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and call this Setup Shutdown. I'm not sure if I can use a slash here, but we'll find out soon enough. And I will use a pink color for this and save. Great, so I've got that Setup Shutdown. Now I'm going to get Save again. And now I've got that event going all the way across. And what I mean by setup and shutdown is Cal Newport is a productivity expert. He's a big fan of the shutdown ritual. So at the end of your working day, the little activities you do in order to transition from a working state to a relax at home state. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to jump down to 5:30, and I'll go ahead and type in my shutdown. And I'm going to jump over to more options. For my category, I've already got my setup shut down, so I can just choose that category. This is going to be from 5:30 to 6, which is basically me turning off Outlook, signing out of there, turning off the office lights, and then basically going out to the living room or something. Now I do want this to repeat. However, I'm going to do a custom repeat on this one, and I'm going to repeat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday and Sunday might be a little bit different, so I'll treat those differently. It's going to go until about June 28th, 21. That's good. Save. And I think I will do a reminder for this, but I'm going to do a reminder that's just 5 minutes before because I'm generally already on my computer at this stage. All right, happy with that. Let me go ahead and save, and now I've got that process on there. So adding events that repeat or move on are pretty easy. Now we can also do events that might just occur once per week. So for instance, I know I'm going to be taking a class, and that's from 3 to 4 on Wednesdays. So I'm just going to go ahead and double click, go into an event here, and I forgot what it was called, but I'll just go ahead and put down class. It goes from 3 until 4 p.m. I do want a reminder, so I'll stick with the 15-minute reminder on there just in case I'm away from my office. Now for category, let's see, I think I'll create a new category for this, and I'll call this Research Learning. And let's go ahead and give that a dark green color. Save. Looks good. Now I'm going to jump over to my repeat state, and I'm going to repeat this every week. So every week on Wednesday. It doesn't go all the way to June. It's going to go until about April. Let's see. Nope. Even goes before that. March 24th. Looks good. Save and save, and so now I'm going to have that event on there. So pretty easy to do. Just keep populating your calendar with those events.